Hello and welcome to Bigfoot News Archive. I'm your host, Greta Sightings. Our mission is simple: to bring you authentic newspaper reports from around the world. Original accounts of alleged Bigfoot encounters, preserved exactly as they were written by those who claimed to witness them. This channel is for skeptics and believers alike. We do not embellish, reinterpret, or sensationalize these stories. Instead, we present them as they originally appeared, along with the historical context in which they were published. Today's account comes from the Montreal Star newspaper dated September 12, 1884. This story was originally published by the British Columbia Register. The double whammy headline reads, "A British Columbian Gorilla, Discovery of the Missing Link Among the Mountains of the West." The story begins. Tunnel number 4 is near the town of Yale, at the head of navigation on Fraser River. A party of young men and girls were on a picnic at the tunnel when they heard savage and guttural oaths as they thought, from the summit of the cliff, at the foot of which they had spread their snowy and well-laden cloth. In an instant, mid the crashing of branches, there dropped in their midst, with a wild war whoop, a horrible man covered with hair and with arms nearly 5 feet long. The merrymakers scattered, and the hideous creature feasted on their dainties and sped for the cliff. A day or two ago, a train was running from Lytton to Yale when the engineer saw what he supposed to be a man lying close to the track. He whistled down brakes, but just as the train stopped, the object sprang to its feet and in an instant was climbing the side of the precipitous declivity with the greatest ease. The conductor, brakesman, express messenger, and a number of passengers at once gave chase, and after some perilous climbing succeeded in corralling the creature on an overhanging shelf of rock from which he could neither ascend nor descend. The ingenious, though rather cruel method was now adopted for securing him, of dropping a piece of stone from above, which, falling on his head, stunned him. He was placed in a baggage car and successfully transported to Yale when it was found that he had recovered from his insensibility and was tractable and docile. One of the men in the railroad machine shop assumed the care of him, named him Jacko, and very soon made his friendly acquaintance. It has not been satisfactorily ascertained to what race the new discovery belongs. He is of the gorilla type, but not definitely enough to be declared a gorilla, which is, moreover, a creature unknown to the latitude of British Columbia, while there has been no menagerie there to introduce a monkey. He is about 4 feet 7 inches in height and weighs 127 pounds. His entire body, except his hands and feet, is covered with black, glossy hair about 1 inch in length. He greatly resembles a human being, but his forearm is much longer than that of a man, and so strong that he will break a stick 6 large that no man could possibly accomplish this feat. His captor intends taking him to London for exhibition. British Columbia Register. Here are my 3 takeaways from this article. Number 1. The creature was portrayed as something between a man and an ape. The article repeatedly emphasizes how unusual and unsettling the being appeared to witnesses. It was described as covered in black, glossy hair roughly 1 inch long, with arms nearly 5 feet in length and forearms much longer than those of an ordinary man. The newspaper claimed the creature stood about 4 feet 7 inches tall and weighed 127 pounds. Although the article compares the being to a gorilla, but definitely not enough to be declared as a gorilla, it also stresses that gorillas were unknown to British Columbia and that no traveling menagerie had introduced such an animal to the region. This uncertainty is central to the story. The writers wanted readers to view the wild man as a genuine mystery rather than a clearly identified animal. Number 2. The story gives detailed descriptions of the creature's vocalizations, anatomy, and unusual strength. The first encounter occurs during a picnic near Tunnel number 4 on the Fraser River, where a group of young men and women suddenly hear what the article describes as savage and guttural sounds coming from the cliffs above them. Moments later, the creature crashes through the branches into their camp, terrifying the group before stealing food and fleeing back up the steep cliffside. The article also focuses heavily on the being's physical characteristics, claiming its forearms were much longer than those of a normal man, and total arm length being 5 feet. It further emphasizes the creature's extraordinary strength, stating that it could break a thick stick simply by wrenching or twisting it, something the article claims no human could accomplish. Interestingly, modern Bigfoot researchers frequently document twisted trees, bent branches, and broken brush structures in wilderness areas, which they often interpret as possible signs of unusual strength or territorial behavior associated with Bigfoot activity. Number 3. The article reflects 19th century fascination with wild men and public exhibition culture. After the capture, the story changes tone from fear to curiosity. The creature is said to become tractable and docile, and one railroad worker supposedly takes care of him and names him Jacko. The article concludes by stating that the captor intended to take Jacko to London for exhibition. This detail is important because it reflects a broader historical trend of the period. People in Europe and North America were fascinated by exotic animals, alleged missing links, and so-called wild men. If you enjoyed this video, please select the subscribe button and don't forget to like this video so it will be shared with others. Please visit our website, www.bigfootnewsarchive.org, to view and download this newspaper article. We appreciate feedback and your thoughts. Please feel free to comment on this story. For Bigfoot News Archive, I'm Greta Sidings, bringing you the reports and letting history speak for itself.